We're comfortable at the moment, but things will start to change, and I think you're going to feel it into the afternoon. We are tracking the potential of some pop-up weekend thunderstorms. I'll fill you in on timing and best chances. But in the meantime, you can relax about that today because we are staying dry. And yes, the heat, it will become really noticeable into the afternoon. This morning we'll go from 50s and 60s quickly into the 70s by 9 this morning, and by lunch we're already into the 80s, if that's any indication of how this is going to end up. And I think upper 80s will be very easy to do. We've got the winds from the south and southwest. They're still fairly light, just about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Driving up those numbers, lots of stormy weather to our north and west. So we might see some high cloud cover drift in just because of the storms to our north and the rain showers, especially if you're close to the lake. Thus the partly to mostly sunny skies at times today, but dry with the influence of high pressure still protecting us. The warmth is no longer going to be able to stay away. So we're going to start to notice that we're already 70s in Chicago, Indianapolis, Minneapolis 74, St. Louis also in the mid 70s this morning. We will be in the 70s through the weekend to start, and we're going to see those highs really hot, and the humidity. So you combine the two and you've got that perfect sort of equation for some pop-up storm chances. The muggy meter shows that we're humid to even oppressive humid heading into tomorrow, Sunday, early next week, and then there's that big dip towards the middle of next week. A front pushes through and we get another breather. It's kind of nice to have those breaks in between, right? In the meantime, not much of a break today from any sunshine because the UV index forecasted to be very high. It's at a 9. It's actually up from yesterday. If you're going to the Tribe game tonight, there is a slew of things to do, and that is one of them, and it's going to be warm for baseball. We're in the mid 80s for that first pitch at 7:10 against the Yankees. And here's a look at sort of an hourly breakdown as we get into the rest of your Friday and the first part of the weekend. By 3 o'clock this afternoon, we're well into the 80s. We're seeing a lot of sunshine. We're staying dry tonight. Tomorrow, I honestly think most of your Saturday will be dry. It's just the hot, humid weather. Late in the day, we start to see just pop-up storm chances. Tomorrow, it's like 30%. So we're not going to rule it out, but we're not going to go ahead and cancel plans over it. I would have a backup. Sunday, a better opportunity for some scattered storms, upper 80s. We'll continue to see more scattered storms into early next week. Front pushes through, and then here comes a little break from the heat again towards the middle of the week. It is refreshing.